We live in an era where the lines between self and image blur ever than before, with beauty standards having become a quiet yet unyielding force, ever present in the corners of our digital world. Social media, with its curated perfection, magnifies the pressure to present youth as a precious, fragile thing, one that must be held on to at any cost. The Substance, directed by Coralie Fargeat, gently unveils this societal obsession through a surreal, haunting narrative that explores the lengths to which one might go to preserve this elusive ideal of eternal youth. Fargeat, in her provocative exploration of the female body, exposes the objectified gender politics behind the ideas of feminine beauty that drives an entire market in a consumerist society. The story follows Elizabeth Sparkle, a celebrity at the crossroads of her career, obsessed with maintaining her beauty, trying to hold on to her fading away charm and elongate her presence in the spotlight, leading into a spiral journey down the rabbit hole. The Substance is a mirror reflecting our unsettling portrayal of beauty obsession, our cultural fascination with the fleeting nature of youth, and the cost we pay in its pursuit. The Cannes Best Screenplay winner is also a frontrunner in the Hollywood Awards season next year, and the film is now streaming on Mubi India. And here we are trying to analyze how the film exposes the ever-growing freak show in the name of branded beauty that is also prevalent in our own culture and society. The Substance's exploration of youth and beauty obsession draws parallels to Oscar Wilde's The Picture of Dorian Gray, a novel where Dorian Gray's portrait ages and reflects the consequences of his hedonistic, beauty-driven lifestyle, while his own body remains youthful and untouched. Wilde's novel critiques the societal fixation on beauty and the superficiality of eternal youth, a critique that Substance echoes through its body horror and destructive pursuit of beauty at any cost. And guess what? The comparisons are not only in fiction, but also in facts, as the film reminds of stories about Cleopatra using animal fat for eyeliners, the Countess Maria of Coventry, who succumbed to overuse of poisonous lead-based rouge, or the intense criticism faced by beauty products like Kardashian-owned Kylie Skin for damaging skin's outer layers. As Elizabeth undergoes weekly transformations with a new black market drug that promises to replicate cells and creates a younger, better version of the subject, she faces a shifting sense of self, a duality that echoes through myths and narratives in Indian culture. In Hindu philosophy, the concept of Maya or illusion reflects the divide between our outer selves and inner truths. Just as Elizabeth's identity blurs in pursuit of a youthful facade, Indian mythology also grapples with the conflict between appearance and reality. Her weekly shifts mirrors ancient stories of transformation, where physical metamorphosis often symbolizes internal struggles or deception. Its exploration of society's unrelenting obsession with youth, The Substance analyzes an experience deeply resonant in India, where beauty standards often favor youthful appearances. In Bollywood, this theme is ever present, with mature actors frequently cast alongside much younger women, and beauty ideals shaping the industry stars. As Elizabeth grapples with the pressures of a youth-obsessed society, her actions mirrors India's own complex relationship with beauty, where anti-aging products, fairness creams, and beauty treatments promise an elusive ideal. The obsession with beauty becomes a metaphor for the violence inflicted on women by societal expectations, particularly around aging and appearance. The repeated use of a drug to preserve youth highlights a form of violence that isn't physical, but psychological and societal. A violence that pushes women to destroy their own sense of self-worth in pursuit of an unattainable ideal. This form of violence is deeply tied to patriarchal structures that position women's value primarily in terms of their physical appearance, perpetuating the idea that beauty is the only path to power, relevance, and success. In Indian society, this is mirrored in the pervasive cultural pressures for women to remain youthful and beautiful, often at the cost of their mental and emotional well-being. The pressure to conform to beauty standards isn't solely a woman's issue either. Men too are increasingly affected by societal expectations of physical appearance. While the film focuses on a female protagonist, the subtle influence of these ideals on male characters reflects the growing expectation for men to maintain youthful, muscular, and perfect bodies. In contemporary Indian society, these pressures are amplified by media portrayals of the ideal man, strong, handsome, and perpetually youthful, reinforcing the toxic beliefs that men, like women, are valued more for their external appearance than their inner qualities. Indian cinema in particular reflects this shift in the last decade, as films increasingly feature male leads with sculpted physiques and impeccable grooming, subtly suggesting that men too are victims of a beauty-centric culture. We have recently released a video essay on the lonely Indian men, which mirrors some of these sentiments. Do check it out in link shared in the description. Interestingly, Hollywood has also made a film on the same theme this year, A Different Man, by director Aaron Schimberg, that won actor Sebastian Stan the Silver Bear at Berlin Film Festival. In this context, do also note the impeccable casting by Fargeat as she chooses Demi Moore as her protagonist Elizabeth, as real and real lines blur. Moore, a diva of the 90s, once popular for her looks more than acting prowess, seems to play her stretched self in the film, in a surreal universe not so different from our reality. We can very well imagine many of yesteryear heroines from our cinema who would fit into the idea of Elizabeth, wishing to be under the spotlight like the heroines of today. Like Elizabeth wants to become Sue, and Sue would want to become someone else in only a few years down the line. Visually, the substance captivates with a neon-drenched color-saturated aesthetic, which also explodes complex emotions and inner conflicts through rich, symbolic visuals. The use of sound is crucial in heightening tension and amplifying the surreal atmosphere that envelops the world of both of our protagonists. The eerie dissonant sound emphasizes their inner turmoil and the psychological cost of her obsession. Through ambient noise, whispered dialogue, and disorienting sound effects, the film brings fear and desperation to life, reminding viewers of the internal battles that such obsessions can provoke. The substance also has clear visual and thematic references to Stanley Kubrick's works, especially The Shining and 2001: A Space Odyssey, which enhance the film's exploration of identity, obsession, and psychological disintegration. The film's cold, sterile aesthetic, reminiscent of 2001: A Space Odyssey, further emphasized the clinical, almost mechanical nature of Elizabeth's transformation. In Kubrick's film, the sentient monolith symbolizes mankind's pursuit of transcendence, often at a great cost, while in The Substance, the drug that freezes Elizabeth's youth functions as a metaphorical monolith representing a modern obsession with perfection that distorts her humanity. You cannot applaud Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley enough in playing Elizabeth and Sue, the two versions of the same victim. The two female bodies as a site of violence of beauty traps rampant in the entertainment industry. Bravo, ladies! Their struggle is a symbol of countless individuals under societal beauty pressures, merging surreal horror with a resonant message on modern-day vanity. Moore portrays Elizabeth as both tragic and determined, adding depth to a character whose actions echo societal pressures on women to remain youthful. Qualley, in her hipness, courage, and casual indifference, speaks of so many of the millennials who would go to any distance for the sake of their cherished spotlight. The substance connects across cultural lines, encouraging viewers to reflect on beauty standards that impact societies everywhere. The film is a powerful mirror to society's infatuation with youth and beauty, inviting viewers to consider the hidden toll of these ideals. In an Indian context where beauty standards are deeply intertwined with societal values, Fargeat's film offers a haunting cautionary tale about the pursuit of perfection. As Elizabeth's story unfolds, we are reminded of the delicate balance between self-expression and self-sacrifice in a world where beauty is currency. The substance challenges us to ask, what is the true price of beauty, and at what point does that pursuit distort who we truly are? That is all from us today. Thank you for watching. If you like our content, please consider subscribing.